Hi, this is Einstein speaking from, Albert Einstein of course, speaking from the dimensions through this interdimensional portal. And I am here to explain to you and share with you my experiences on Earth and how I experience myself in the dimensions. And yes, so it is quite a realization, I suppose, for many beings on Earth here to see and hear me, Albert Einstein, speaking through this interdimensional portal and realizing that I do exist still, yet not in a physical manifested form. So what I found fascinating is my experience on Earth being one of the greatest minds in existence. I suppose there was many more, but yet I was one of the forerunners, one of the beings that have prepared the way before many others. And I've got mostly what I am about to share with you is of my experiences in the dimensions and what I became aware of, who I was here on Earth. And a fascinating thing, or a fascinating experience to consider, is the following. What I asked myself when I got to the dimensions, of course, is that you have great minds, but you have also only so few, or even a select few in this world. And the moment I died, I kind of asked myself that question, but why? Why is it that there's only a few human beings on Earth that has specific talents? For instance, myself, having such a profound and great mind, to have the ability to have had the ability to discover what I had, to have the ability to do what I had done. And it's strange because, you know, you kind of have then a whole conflicting polarity competition existing in this world, because you have beings who have extraordinary abilities such as myself, and then you have those that apparently aren't good enough to achieve or be able to do or to be able to attain to what I had been able to do. And, you know, why does this world work this way? And then you have the beings who are not able, apparently not able to do what I've done, feeling inferior, believing themselves to be unworthy, believing themselves to be not good enough. I mean, the list goes on. And I wondered why the entire world is not able to have done what I did. That why the entire world couldn't have such a great mind, or, you know, those questions came forth in terms of the insight that had occurred within me while I was in the dimensions after I died. And upon asking those questions, I started moving throughout humanity, now me in a spirit form, and what I discovered was extraordinary, and what I discovered was frightening, and what I discovered was interesting. What I noticed is that human beings are slaves. That human beings were slaves and still are slaves. And this is a profound statement, I'm sure, for many, because, you know, that which you don't see, you might fear. That which you don't see, you might not even take into consideration in your world because it apparently doesn't touch you. But this that I'm about to explain touches each and every single person in this world. And I'm not here to speak about who I was on Earth, because that was also part of a system. And I was a system on Earth, and a system that was designed before birth already to become who I was. And that's not who I am, and that is not who each human being is. They're not that which they are at this moment, because that which each human being are at this moment is a system. And what I discovered and explored on Earth, specifically in terms of equations and mathematics, is, imagine a sand grain in all of existence. That's about the refraction of mathematics that I entered. And even the great mathematicians of the world and the great minds of the world at this moment is but accessing a sand grain compared to existence of what mathematics really stand as, what mathematics consist of. because it's fascinating. The systems that are inside people. Now, first let me explain what systems are and what I mean by the term systems, and how systems are connected to human beings that are enslaved. Is that there were these dimensional beings that were called the creators, and they decided to enslave humanity. Now, understand that these systems that are placed inside human beings are interdimensional systems, and they are called or referred to as consciousness systems. Now, these systems consist of your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and your unconscious mind. That which generates your thoughts, that which generates your feelings, and that which generates your emotions. That which completes the entire package of what you would refer to and define as your personality. That is a system. So, what I am saying is that each human being, from that perspective of having a conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mind, having thoughts, experiencing emotions and feelings, are derivative experiences and manifestations of expressions of systems. It is not who you are. It is not that life essence which is expressive and comes forth actually only when you die. Because what dies is a system. Your physical body at this very moment contains that system, which is locked into the subconscious, and unconscious mind, generating emotions and feelings and charging your thoughts. If you think, you are a system. If you experience emotions and feelings, you are a system. That is consciousness designed systems from interdimensional beings who enslaved humanity. And that is what I was as well on earth. When I was born, now this information I gathered from when I died. I looked at my birth, I looked at my life, and I realized that I was no different to any other human being, except that my mind system was differently designed. My system was designed to become that which I had become, was designed to have been able to do and apply what I had done and applied, was able to discover and explore specifically what I discovered and explored. So, in terms of my life here on earth, it was but a stepping stone, to a certain extent, of what mathematics, equations, specifically in that field of what I had presented to this world, is really but a reflection of the understanding of what it actually really is that we're composed of, what it actually is that we exist as. These systems that has been manifested within human beings already at birth is mathematical equations, consist of numerical foundations. In other words, this whole world, the universe, existence, foundation, from the perspective of systems, of consciousness systems, that which exists inside human beings interdimensionally, is of numerical mathematical equations. And it's fascinating because, you know, you'd apply mathematics to a certain extent in most of the universe and existence, and I'm certain there are many great minds that have already discovered that, but that is but only literally the tip of the iceberg. In terms of the extraordinary nature of mathematics, of numbers, of equations, and of symbols, everything come together to build the foundation of the systems that are inside human beings, that they believe who they really are, and that is actually powering and generating and moving this world.